while back, I showed you how to make a small compost bin, really kind of a worm bin, back there, kind of beside the bird bath. Today, I'm going to go ahead and tackle making a bigger bin, something that I can put all my leaves in, etc., stuff like that. So let's take a look at how to make one and what it looks like when she's all done. Well, you know what they say, always measure twice, cut once. Now when you go to put this thing together, you got to make sure the sides are square. If they're not, the whole thing's going to be wonky. And it's really easy to get them kind of off-centered if you're not careful. So come in and take a look at a couple of different ways you can kind of make sure of that. Although unfortunately I got it a bit in the shade. You can see here I actually have a tool for putting along to make sure it's square. Of course I just pushed it in. And if you look over here, I'm taking advantage of the line I have on the sidewalk, or my pavement if you will. It's got a nice straight edge, so I can kind of make sure that it's lined up against it. If you have a squaring tool, that's best, but you can take advantage of the nice square lines I have here to make sure your thing is all squared off before you actually screw it together. Here is one of the sides kind of laid out before I put it together, with the 2x4s being on the inside and the 2x6s on the outsides. But well, now we'll see if we can put it together. Dog enjoying the day. And there we go. One of the sides is completed. That'll be the front side. This will be the back side, which eventually we'll put chicken wire or hardwire cloth, depending on what you want on it. But one side done. Now you could do the wiring all at the end, but I definitely think it's going to be easier to do both sides and then try to put in the back as opposed to doing all of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and staple in this end. You really don't want to go sparse with the staples because critters, other things may try and push in, but you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and finish off both of these and we'll start putting the back together. I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off. The two sides are ready to go and about halfway there. And there you go, two sides done. I've kind of got it so you can see the inside of one and the outside of another. But obviously we'll just attach the back, top, all that good stuff. And we'll see that when it comes to fruition. At this point, I've kind of got the back on. You want to make sure you're square again, different ways you can do it. But I also kind of want to make sure that my boards are lined up just so it looks decent. Now in the back, it's going to be off a bit. Remember we have this bottom piece, so you could slide it up, but I want mine right along the back end. You kind of do that how you like. And all we're going to do is go ahead and tighten down these screws. And there you go. She's pretty much together. You just kind of tip her on back now. It's got the lid and the front together. Putting the front together, no, it looks like the top, but I have it on its side. This is going to be the gate that opens. So putting it together, once again, using simple woodworking techniques. However, on this, if you'll notice, I have pre-drilled the holes on this just because these 2x2s just much more likely to split putting a screw in that close. So have this one already done, but I would pre-drill these just to make sure you don't split your wood. Whew, well, got her all done. So got some of the leaves up, they'll begin to break down. If you want to come in, I'll show you some of these final features. I put a lid on mine. This is all just 1x1 or 2x2s actually. So a 2x4 along the back with the hinges there. We got a handle on it. Now I put latches on it. Depending on where you live, you might have critters, raccoons, etc. Of course, depending on where you live, you might have bears, but you know, this isn't bear proof. But it'll keep stuff from getting in. Also down here, notice latches on this as well. I don't want to pop it open, but a lid as well. And this is what we would open to be able to get the compost out at the very end. But anyway, should be good for several years. I can throw my leaves, yard waste, any kind of yard waste, along with leftover food bits, eggshells, coffee grounds, you name it. It all goes in the top. Nice compost fertilizing soil comes out the bottom. Well, that's it, guys. Cost me around 200 bucks. I think I was like $3 shy of 200 just when it came to the type of lumber and etc. Now you could either use 2x2s here, but I use planking, like for deck planking, so it's more like a 1x6. It's a little bit thicker than a 1x6, but deck planking, it was a little bit cheaper and also not as bulky. So 2x2 or 2x6s, sorry, or deck planking, which is a little bit thicker than a 1x6. But there you go, 2x4 anywhere that I had my hinges, good to go. And there you go, a compost bin. Now this one wasn't particularly difficult. You need a little bit of woodworking skills, but no fancy dovetailing, no 45-degree angle cuts. Tried to make it simple so pretty much anybody with a little bit of do-it-yourself skills could take care of it. Toss anything in it, right? Your leaves, your sticks, stuff from the kitchen, waste, food waste, eggshells, coffee grounds. It all goes in there and winds up with nice compost soil for your garden when you're all done. Guys, take care. We'll see you next time.